What's up, Rich Squad? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dominic Rich, and I'm back to talk about my team, Manchester City. While I was doing the Asian Cup in January, I did not cover any of the Man City games. I actually missed 8 games. I just looked back at it. I did not cover 8 games, and my plan was to cover every single City game this season, but you know, I didn't want to get burned out, but I actually saw all the games. The last game I covered was the Man City 9, Burton 0. Then we beat Wolves 3-0, Huddersfield 3-0. We defeated Burton in the second leg with a weaker squad, 1-0. 5-0 versus Burnley in the 4th round of the FA Cup. 2-1 loss versus Newcastle. Yes, I should have came out and talked about that one, but I didn't. We defeated Arsenal 3-1. We defeated Everton 2-0. And the last game that I was actually planning to talk about was the 6-0 thumping of Chelsea. I was actually on a little break while that match was played, but I actually saw all the games. But Man City are still in all 4 competitions. The FA Cup, we are now into the quarterfinals. The League Cup, we're in the finals to play Chelsea, I think, this weekend coming up. Sunday or Saturday. Let me double check. It will be Sunday. We will be playing Chelsea on the 24th of February in the finals. Remember, we are the current holders of the League Cup, and we defeated Chelsea 6-0. So, if all goes well, we should be retaining that trophy. We also have Schalke in the round of 16 of the Champions League. You know, and that was a very, very kind draw. We are currently on top of the Premier League. And now we have defeated Newport County 4-1 in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Awesome, awesome stuff. We are now in the quarterfinals of this competition. And it was not the greatest of performances, but, you know, a resounding victory at the end. 4-1. We had Leroy Sané scoring the first goal. It was, you know, ricochet off the goalkeeper's face. Ended up in the back of the net. Phil Foden just watching it bounce in. That was scored in the 51st minute. It was 0-0 at halftime with Newport County getting one of the best chances in the first half. But Edison had to come up with a very, very big save. City played a full-strength squad in this game. Let's not, you know, forget about that full-strength squad. But the pitch wasn't very, very conducive to the way Man City play. You know, Newport County shared its field with 2 rugby teams. So, you know what to expect. A really muddy, a really bumpy pitch. But after Sané scored in the 51st minute, we had Phil Foden scoring, I think that was his 3rd goal of the season, the 75th minute, really, really good goal. A few step overs to smash it past the Newport County goalkeeper, who was really, really doing a good job, you know, today. 2-0. Newport County, they were able to peg one back in the 88th minute through Almond, who is currently the top scorer right now in this season's FA Cup with 5 goals. I think he was the guy who equalized in the tie versus Middlesbrough to bring, you know, to force a replay and to, you know, put Newport County up against Manchester City. So Newport had a late sniff there, scoring one. I think that we were guilty of being too complacent, being too laid back, you know, being too nonchalant on the ball at times, especially Edison. And we were made to pay very, very late. You know, they had a sniff. But immediately, I think it was, you know, the next play, Phil Foden scored his 2nd goal, which was a brilliant, brilliant, you know, shot from distance to beat, you know, Day in goal. You know, he didn't have a chance with that one at all. And it was pretty much put to bed there, 3-1. Phil Foden, man, he stepped up today. You know, with performances like this, he's showing why Pep Guardiola kept him at City and didn't send him out on loan, because he is very much in the plans for City's future. Looks really, really good, man. Every time I see Foden on the ball, I get mistaken for David Silva. To be honest, I'm like, oh, shoots, no, it's Foden. But he looks really, really good on the ball, comfortable, and we see, you know, he's capable of scoring goals, and we know he's a very, very good creative player and very, very technically gifted player as well. You know, remember what he did at the under 17 World Cup, you know, the last one. He was brilliant for England, tournament that they won. So after Foden's second goal, we had Riyad Mahrez capping things off in the 4th minute of extra time with a brilliant goal beaten Day at his near post. Mahrez, who were guilty of overplaying the ball today, should have scored at least 2 goals today, but, you know, again, complacency, just being a little too nonchalant on the ball, maybe underestimating the opponent a little. You know, it could have turned out to be a total different game, because when playing these weaker squads in the FA Cup, you know, anything could happen. You know, that's why they call it the magic of the FA Cup. Anything could happen. Remember last season, we got knocked out by Wigan. You know, Will Grigg, still on fire from that, you know, goal he scored to knock us out. And we scored a 4th and put the game to bed, basically. And in the end, it looks like a very, very resounding victory. But, you know, there was more to the story. For the stats, City had 23 shots at goal with 10 on target. Newport County 8, 3 on target. City 78% of the possession. Newport County 22. 696 passes by City with an 88% pass completion. Newport County 205, 54% pass completion. The game wasn't, you know, wasn't a lot of fouls. 6 fouls committed, 2 by City, 4 by Newport County. You know, no cards shown in the game. But I think the officiating was kind of suspect. You know, City had a few, you know, should have had 2 penalties, but the referee missed it. VAR wasn't used in this game, even though it's being used in the FA Cup. But who knows, maybe it's because, you know, we play Newport County, small ground, you know, only capacity of 10,000 people, and it wasn't used. It wasn't used. And it could have well been 6-1. It could have been 6-1. It could have been more. But I think Newport County came out and they played their hearts out. Remember, they are in the 4th tier of English football. That's League 2. And they came out and they represented the League 2 very, very well. Played their hearts out. And I think this is a very, very respectable, you know, result. It could have been a little better, but I think, you know, their heads dropped at the end when, you know, that 3rd goal went in from Foden. So City into the next round of the FA Cup. Congratulations to my team. I think despite, you know, the overplaying and, you know, a little bit of complacency, we did play well. Leroy Sané guilty of that as well. But all in all, we played well and we mean business. Pep Guardiola putting out a full-strength squad in this, you know, fixture. And that tells the story that we want. We want to win at least a treble this season. You know, Newport County, shout-outs to them again. Represented really, really well. The coach, Michael Flynn, want to give, you know, mention to him. Brought this team really, really deep into this competition. So he deserves some plaudits as well. We had other FA Cup fixtures in the 5th round with Watford defeating QPR 1-0 yesterday. Remember, in the FA Cup 5th round, there will be no replays. So if it ends, you know, 0-0 or ends in a draw, it goes on to extra time and penalties. Brighton defeated Derby County 2-1. We saw Millwall defeating AFC Wimbledon 1-0. And tomorrow we have Bristol Rovers playing Wolverhampton Wanderers. Doncaster, I think they're called Doncaster Rovers, playing Crystal Palace. Swansea hosting Brentford. And Chelsea playing Manchester United on Monday. Wow, that's a big one. That's a very, very big one in the 5th round of the FA Cup. I think that's the biggest one, you know. So who will we see in the finals of this competition? Right now, it looks like it's shaping up to be a Manchester derby. I just hope we do not draw Man United in the quarterfinals. I want to meet them in the finals. Or it could be Man City Wolves, or who knows, we could get knocked out. But let's stay positive and let's say City in the finals to face Wolves or Man United. That's how it's looking right now. Do not count out Crystal Palace, or I won't count out Watford as well. Brighton also in with a shot. But I would definitely like to see one of these smaller teams make a deep run in this tournament. But so far, Derby knocked out, QPR knocked out, you know, Newport knocked out, but Millwall still in it. Could they be the team to make a deep run in the competition? But guys, I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on, you know, this FA Cup 5th round fixture and start talking about my Man City games again. We are looking really, really good in the league, you know, catching Liverpool ahead of them with them having a game in hand though. But still, it's a really great achievement to catch back up after being like 7 points behind after losing a spree of games. But, you know, we are back on top of the Premier League table, and I still have faith that we will successfully defend this title. It will be really, really hard for Liverpool to miss out on this, having played really, really well this season. But I think we are gonna we're gonna definitely, you know, win this thing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Who you think will win the FA Cup this season? Will it be Man United? Will it be Man City, Chelsea, Millwall, Crystal Palace, or even Brighton, Wolves, Watford? Take your pick. Let me know in the comment section down below. Will Manchester City win a treble or even a quadruple? The Champions League is always a far-fetched thought for me, but that's the trophy that we want to win. But it's not the easiest to win, but you know how that goes. But guys, I'm your boy Dominic Rich. Let me know if I miss any big talking points in the comment section down below. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Smash the thumbs up button. And until next time, peace out. Rich.